Report of the County Executive.
Thank you, Ernie. When the County Council chose me to serve as County Executive, we knew that we had a lot of work to do. That work began by restoring trust in county government. Restoring trust has at least 3 separate components: raising ethical standards, increasing transparency, and strengthening accountability. By our last count, we've initiated at least 20 separate reforms that address these goals. We also have to make sure that each project we support is consistent with these values. When public funds are used for a project, they should be spent transparently, and those who spend public funds should be held accountable. Working together on project after project, we have found solutions to these sorts of challenges. Working with this council, the county is now set to hold Bi-State accountable for how it uses our county funds. Now, another transportation project is the talk of the town. 11 months ago, the Loop Trolley made its first official journey after a series of delays. Now, less than a year later, the trolley's operators have asked us for another $700,000 over the next few months, or the trolley could end its journeys. The county was one of the financial partners initially in this ambitious idea, and the county was led to believe that the financial assistance would go toward a sustainable enterprise, but it turns out that it wasn't. So now it's time to consider the trolley's future. We could let it fail. Last week I shared my concerns that the trolley's failure could send a bad message to the federal government. Future federal funding for transportation projects could be in jeopardy, and that could end up costing St. Louis even more millions. Another alternative is to spend more funds along with other stakeholders. I hate to see an investment of this magnitude fail, particularly when it could threaten future funding opportunities, but I cannot support handing over any more county funds without similar investments from other stakeholders. And at this point, no one else has stepped forward. I did see in the news this afternoon that Mayor Cruzen's office announced today that the City of St. Louis is considering providing some funding. The trolley has received tax credits in the past from the city, but no cash support. So this could be a welcome development. We could also consider a third option, a reimagined trolley system. The trolley has to be more than an expensive novelty. Our region needs transit, but it doesn't need a $52 million rolling comedy club. That is not a sustainable vision, and there's one thing for certain: the status quo isn't working. And it won't work without big changes. Changes in how it's operated, changes in how it's funded, and changes in how it's governed. Unless there are big changes, the trolley system will not be able to inspire confidence. But a new governance model, new sources of funding, and a new operating plan could do that. If we choose to pursue this third option, and the trolley must shut down while a reimagined system is put into place, well, then so be it. With these 3 options before us, we must consider what is best for St. Louis County and its residents. As I said in my letter, I would not support additional funding for the trolley system without the support of other stakeholders. Even if regional partners can find short-term funding, we know that, moving forward, big changes are needed. We can't keep doing the same thing. We've seen all too quickly that the status quo doesn't work. We as leaders in St. Louis County must make sure that our investments are not squandered. We must ensure that tax dollars are used wisely, and we must ensure that everyone involved is held accountable. Thank you.
Thank you, Sam.